All right, good morning, America. It's November 5th, 2024, and the entire world is watching. And I'm going to show you guys, when we look back at how these markets have performed under this current administration and under Trump's past administration, we're going to see how this reflects on cryptocurrency. And it's why I titled this video, The Biggest Bull Market is Coming. Let's get right on into it, folks. I think it's looking good either way. We're going to take a look here at where this election stands right now, how it's going to impact markets. Let's get started here by taking a look at Bitcoin first. So we can see that Bitcoin is back up today, 69,400. It's actually pumping as I record this update as the markets open up at 6:30 on the West Coast. So the traditional stock market is going to be opening up right now, and Bitcoin's not waiting around for anybody else. It's moving. And I want to point out too that ever since the August 5th Japan Carry Trade liquidation event day, we flipped the trend and we've been setting higher highs and higher lows this whole way. And even though we got this back test here, that was because we just had a massive pump up here, right? That was last week up to 73,000. We clear out back down here, but it's still a higher low, keeping the trend intact, and it's looking strong. And I put out the video yesterday saying that upon Trump's victory, I'm expecting gold and Bitcoin to go sort of a new all-time high. I may have to pull back my statement saying that the stock market will go to an all-time high. The stocks can still go. They're lagging, and they have a lot more to move. But Bitcoin and gold for sure are going to be at new all-time highs upon the Trump victory. Now, XRP, right now it's at 51 cents, basically 5098. Did pop up to 52 cents earlier. We'll watch it. It's trailing. It's falling along with the rest of the market. Now, like I said, gold will be at all-time high in no time if Trump does win here today, which that's how it's looking. 2,753 right now, back above that 2,750 mark as the market opened up. This is the futures market has already been opened up for the precious metals. And silver woke up this morning and said, let's have ourselves a good time. Let's save this country. Up to $33 per ounce. You'll love to see it. I got that linked up down in the description of this video. One of many community resources if you want to get tapped in, get the metals delivered to your door, or roll over a 401k retirement account. Now, let's get started here. Let's take a look at it. So here we have Donald Trump taking his stage for the fourth rally of the day and his final campaign rally ever. Been one heck of a ride. You can tell President Trump is getting a little emotional over it. God bless him. And you can see here, this man has been going on a marathon sprint. This campaign that he has been putting on is a clinic on how to win a presidential election. It's been incredible to watch. At 78, was he 78 years old? The guy just keeps on rocking and rolling. Meanwhile, we compare it to the Kamala campaign. I've already gone on record to say that this is the worst campaign in political history. Definitely U.S. presidential history, right? But we look at an exhausted, dejected Kamala departing Pittsburgh after a speech that lasted just 9 minutes and 24 seconds. And folks, this is why. You can't argue with that. Don't get mad at me. Ask yourself why this candidate can't speak for 10 minutes and how embarrassing that is for our country, how much of a disgrace it is to the office of president. But oh, I know, don't get started here because the big bad orange man, Mr. Trump, offends me. We got a country to save, and somebody who can't speak for 10 minutes is not our president. That's just bottom line. If you can't speak for 10 minutes, you're not qualified, right? So it's not even close. This campaign has been an absolute joke and an embarrassment to the process. To have Meg the Stallion twerking for your campaign, please just wrap it up, put it away, and let's get out of the way, please, so the real adults in the room can go save this country. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit fired up this morning. There's a lot on the line. And let's not kid ourselves, and let's not play around, and let's not pretend that someone who can't speak for 10 minutes is going to be our president. Someone who gets caught staging door knocking yesterday is going to be our president. That happened too. I'm not pulling up all the clips. We don't need... I'm going to move on. Meanwhile, while one campaign chooses to have Meg the Stallion come twerk, and that was one of the few that she was actually able to get to perform, everybody else just kind of walked the line. And it was like a Diddy party that showed up to support Kamala. Meanwhile, you look at what Trump's done. Who is he putting on the stage with him? Yes, of course, he has support from some movie stars and some billionaires, and he brings them up on stage. But rally after rally, what do we see Donald Trump doing? bringing up real folks, real Americans who have been caught in the crossfire of an agenda that is absolutely sick and is sought out to destroy this country. This is Patty Morin. Unlike Kamala's rally speakers, she doesn't have a record deal. She doesn't live in a mansion. She's not a movie star, and she's not a billionaire. She's the mother of Rachel Morin, who was savagely murdered by you know who let into this country. The border czar, they said. Yeah, right. Hear the pain that Kamala's open border has caused this poor woman and her family. It's time to take our country back. And this is who President Trump has been lifting up this whole time. He's not asking Usher to come give him an endorsement, right? He's letting real Americans come speak on his behalf. And the difference is night and freaking day. It's not even close. And it's why I've already gone on record. And I know I'm going to lose some subscribers. I know. I barely have been mentioning politics in my videos, and I'm still losing people because they know if I say anything, I can't hold it back. I can't hide it. I wear it on my sleeve how proud I am of this country and the principles that got us here. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness on a level playing field. Get the hell out of our way. This bureaucracy beast and these tyrants and these sick people that want to take everything away from us. Get the hell out of our way and let us take our country back, right? So I know. Stick to crypto, bro. We won't have crypto unless we save our country. Look at what's happening right now. We've been under attack, and the attacks will only continue. Now, we know. Now, Kamala says, trust me, bro. Trump says, I will fire Gary Gensler and appoint a new SEC chairman who believes America should build the future, not block the future, right? Now, you have to ask yourself, what standing does Trump have to actually fire Gary Gensler? Because you can't fire the SEC commissioner unless you're about to bring, literally about to bring charges. If there's been some corruption, if there's been some bad dealings, that's grounds to remove a chairman. But other than that, the president gets to appoint a new chairman. So the president can appoint a new chairman. Technically, can he fire the SEC? He has to have basically broken the law, which, one would, ask, why does Trump, every time he talks about Gary Gensler, bring up the fact that he was the CFO of the criminal campaign conspiracy? If you know what I'm talking about, well, then you know what I'm talking about. I think that we've caught them all. I think that you're seeing the full panic on display because they know that they've been caught. And it's Gary Gensler all the way up to even bigger fish. Gary, he's just a little guy squirming around in his little suit, making his little appearances. Oh, I can't speak on any one cryptocurrency, but I can file lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit against real American entrepreneurs and capitalists that are trying to do the right thing, trying to come in and talk to us like we say, come in and talk to us. They come in and talk to us. I smile at their face. I shake their hand. And then we turn around and launch our enforcement agency against them, with unlimited resources seemingly to attack, destroy good, honest businessmen and women and companies across this land trying to invest in cryptocurrency, right? So this is over. This is done, and they know it. That's why they are in full panic. Where we really saw it start to come out was when Elizabeth Warren was getting pressed by John Deaton. And that's one race that I'm going to be watching very closely today, is to see how John Dean ends up faring off against Elizabeth Warren. That's going to be a big one. Now, let's talk crypto. Right now, we have the Money 2020 conference taking place here, and CNBC here is saying here this is going to be a big one because the main theme is stablecoins, and guess who's showing up? Take a listen.
And attention from some pretty notable names in the business. Earlier this month, Visa announced VTAP, or the Visa Tokenized Asset Platform, which is making it easier for banks to launch their own stablecoins. Blockchain giant Ripple is launching its own stablecoin, as is BitGo. And even PayPal launched a US dollar-pegged coin called PYUSD over a year ago.
It's funny that CNBC calls Ripple a blockchain giant, while the rest of the space has hated Ripple, has despised Ripple. It's all bad. XRP's the banker's coin. Now that they've figured out the way that we get banks and institutions on is through the stable coins, now everybody's trying to launch a stable coin, create a new product to service the banks and the institutions based off that. Who is the blockchain giant that's in the lead, that already has the proof of concept and already does have a blockchain that you can tap into with a neutral bridge currency? That's Ripple. That's XRP. And there's no other company and blockchain that are in a similar position. You have other blockchains that, yeah, Ethereum, you can build stuff, right? But do you have a company like Ripple that's the main driver? Absolutely not. Do you have other companies that are focused on this space, like PayPal? Yeah. Stripe? Yeah. But do they have a neutral blockchain and a neutral bridge currency? No. And this is the one thing that's always fascinating me about XRP is that you actually need the token, right? On all these other blockchains like Quant and others, you don't need the token, right? On a lot of these utility tokens, you don't even necessarily need the token. When it comes to actually creating a reserve currency that's as liquid as a G10 currency that can serve as a neutral bridge currency intermediary between any asset of value, including CBDCs and stablecoins, it's the best. It's the most proven. And once again, it has a driver. In the driver's seat, we have Ripple, right? And so there's just no 1-2 combination like Ripple and XRP in this industry. The final, they're pulling out the Joker card, which is their own stablecoin, RLUSD. And we've seen how Tether, how successful they've been, making more profit than BlackRock. You think BlackRock's going to allow that to keep on happening? Not a chance. And so BlackRock, they're getting ready to tokenize the entire world, right? Larry Fink now says cryptocurrencies are going to transcend traditional currencies and we're going to tokenize everything of value, right? So how far they've come. But they're getting ready to come into this space, and you're seeing players like Ripple getting in. Now is the time to get this done, because this space is set to grow by trillions over the coming years, and Ripple is in perfect position. Not only does it bring more liquidity into the XRP ledger, it's going to put more profit into the pockets of Ripple as well. Very profitable business, and it's going to help onboard new users and institutions to the XRP ledger as well. Now, as I titled this episode here this morning, this is why I'm so excited right here. Take a look at this from Crypto Rover, who is kind of a silly influencer. I usually, wouldn't care too much for his posts, but he points something out here that's very important. When Trump was elected, we got the biggest Bitcoin bull market and the shortest bear market ever. When Biden and Harris were elected, we got the smallest bull market and the longest bear market ever. I don't believe in coincidences. Now, of course, there is different, things taking place in the world at these times. But what's interesting to note is that during Trump's presidency, right, that bull run that we had was really incredible, right? And if we can repeat that type of bull run, right, who's to say, this is the question I have, who's to say that we can't repeat the fractal of 2017 on XRP once again under a second Trump term, right? So Bitcoin, we expect this to have, a big bull run, probably go break 100,000. That's going to be good. It's not an opportunity that wakes me up in the morning or gets me excited, right? It's just not that big of a gain. I can go make way more trading my XRP memes. And I think that I'll be able to make way more on a lot of these other cryptocurrency plays where I'm looking at 3, 5, and 10 baggers, right? For a Bitcoin to go up to 120, 150,000, you're doubling up your money. That's not why I'm in crypto. It's a good, ROI for most investments. But if we're going to go risk on, if we're going to play in crypto, I want 5 and 10 baggers, right? But what's interesting to see here, if we're going to repeat this again, maybe we can repeat something similar to that 2017 fractal for XRP. I don't think that we do. I don't think that we go as far. I don't think that we stretch out as much as we did on that 2017 fractal, but who's to say that we don't get close? Something similar. And hopefully we see a big bull market and a very short bear market, right? Now, although I said, and I've been saying that the Trump pump is here, the Trump pump has commenced, the Trump pump's underway, it's going to continue today, I said. As it is right now, Bitcoin back above 69,000 and ripping as we speak. Who knows? It's already up to 69.7 as I'm recording this update. Just in the 15 minutes it's taken me to make this video, we've gone from under 69,000 to now 69.8. We're about to go break 70,000 on this recording. But why am I still worried? Why am I still hedged? Because I know how the enemy plays. I know they play dirty. I know they're not nice. And so what I worry about is the retaliation upon the Trump victory. Well, I found a chart I think that really outlines how I think this plays out. It's very close. And only future millionaires will like this post, according to Roaring Kitty, who is not the real Keith Gill, not the real Roaring Kitty. But take a look at this chart nonetheless. I think this shows you what happens. Upon the Trump win, we're looking at the green line, right? Trump pump continues, but then we get that black swan, but then we get the retaliation, then we get somebody upset, then we get tears, then something bad happens and we break. And then we get that bloodbath and we get that correction that I was talking about. But it'll only happen after that pump continues upon a Trump victory. If Kamala Harris wins, then it's just a free fall bloodbath. And then eventually it'll take some time, but eventually we will recover. But it won't be probably till the end of next year. They know that's where he has this chart, right? He has us bottoming out here in the middle, the first half of 2025, and then starting to move up towards the end into 2026, and then finishing off, which, you get the point here though, right? If Trump wins, the pump continues, and then something will break, black swan event, who knows what they're going to do. And then we correct, and then we continue from there. Now, if Harris wins, it's just a free fall, and then we try to save our country and build back up from there. It's pretty simple how I see this. It's bullish either way. We're going to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history either way. But in the meantime, we ask God to help us survive what we're about to go through, this chaos. And if we can survive, we're prepared to thrive because our strategies are proven time and time again to be very effective. And I think that this time around, if we get another big bull run like we got in 2017, 2018, I think that this space is once again starting to show respect for Ripple and XRP. They're being forced to. And I know a lot of people think that XRP is going to do something similar to 2021. I don't think that that's the case, right? That was our bull run under a Biden administration. You look at what took place under Trump's administration, much different bull run, especially for XRP. And you look at XRP finally getting out of that lawsuit. Now Ripple going to get out of that lawsuit hopefully by next year. We're going to be fully in the clear from XRP and from Ripple's business. And then this is when we can really start to see some of these institutions, these NDAs that we've heard about, that we've seen, right? They start to get revealed and we start to see who's behind the NDAs, who's behind the deals, and who's actually going to start coming in and using this XRP ledger. But either way this goes, I'm bullish on crypto. I'm bullish on our precious metals. I'm bullish on our businesses. I'm bullish on our community. I'm bullish on America. Okay. It's just a matter of how bumpy is the ride going to be on our ride to glory, on our ride to this next bull run, right? So you guys let me know in the comments down below how you're feeling about this thing. To me, it's a Trump victory. The Trump pump will continue, and then bad things are going to happen in response. Prepare yourself accordingly. Stay hedged, stay liquid, stay prepping, stay praying. And if you appreciate the content that we drop on a daily basis, make sure you have liked the video. You can tap it, you can smack it, whatever you prefer. And help me out by sharing it out far and wide. Everything's at ZachRector.com. We'll be back here later tonight. I'll be going live. We'll see how this election plays out. God bless all of you guys. Stay safe out there and get out there and vote. Take care. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.